Hello everyone, my name is Elena and this is Lookup channel. Some facts and observations on the Russian invasion into Ukraine in the next couple of minutes. Here are some new calculations of total Russian combat losses since the beginning of the invasion of Ukraine. According to General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, as of the morning of June 2, Russian combat losses are about 208,910 people, approximately 500 new killed Russian soldiers each day in the course of recent weeks. It is hard to make a correct count since Russia hides this sensitive information and many soldiers are considered missing while they can be already dead. However, on May 21, US President Joseph Biden announced in Hiroshima that Russia lost 100,000 troops just in the battle for Ukrainian Bakhmut. On May 24, owner of PMS Wagner Prigozhin partly confirmed Biden's words and, for the first time, named specific information about losses of Wagner and regular Russian army during the operations in Bakhmut. 10,000 former prisoners and 10,000 Wagner volunteer mercenaries. There were 20,000 Wagners, plus the losses of Russian troops at Bakhmut in May-August 2022 until Wagner took over. Casualties also include the wounded, and Russian sources talk about the ratio of injured and concussed to dead as 1:4 or 1:5. This adds up to about the same numbers as given by Americans. According to the at least minimum confirmed and incomplete data in Russia itself, the losses of the Russian army are already losses of the Russian Ministry of Defense, National Guard, FSB and Russian Ministry of Internal Affairs, 18,302. Losses of Wagner PMS 20,000. Losses of mobilized persons in the Donetsk region in December 2022, 4,200. Total 42,500 killed as of May 2023. Even these figures, strongly believed to be incomplete, exceed the losses of the USSR and Russia in Afghanistan, Chechnya and all other post-Soviet hotspots put together. Next, on the eve of Ukrainian counteroffensive, large cracks have been spotted on the pillars of the Crimean bridge. According to the photos shared by the Crimean Wind Telegram channel on June 1, this bridge is said to be one of the key points for the Ukrainian counteroffensive. The Russian Federation said that the bridge was damaged due to a truck explosion last autumn. Putin called the incident a terrorist attack and blamed Ukraine. In December, the Russian president visited the Crimean bridge and allegedly drove over it in his car. He was informed about the reconstruction of the bridge after the explosions in October. British intelligence has said that the Russian Federation is trying to disguise the Kerch Bridge for the Ukrainian military. For this, they use a smokescreen. The military forces of the aggressor country have undergone relevant training. Ukraine regularly names the Crimean Bridge, connecting Russia-occupied Crimean Peninsula with Russia itself, a legitimate military goal. On October 8, 2022, a fire broke out on the Crimean Bridge. At first, Moscow claimed that a fuel tanker was on fire before admitting that a truck had blown up on the bridge. Later, Russia called the explosion a terrorist attack and blamed Ukrainian special services for it. Shortly thereafter, it launched an attack on Ukraine's civilian infrastructure, attempting to destroy Ukraine's energy infrastructure. According to the Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, Alexei Danilov, the Russians have military exercises almost every day in Crimea, and the amount of air defense they use to defend this facility is huge. This suggests that the Russians are quite serious and concerned about the weapons that Ukrainian troops have to reach the bridge. As of now, Russia uses the bridge to reinforce its troops on the occupied 10 years ago peninsula and on the newly occupied southern regions of Ukraine. Since the end of April, Russia has again started massive shelling of Ukraine after it did not achieve success during the winter terror of Ukrainians. The occupiers shifted the focus on the attacks to Kyiv and significantly increased the intensity and scale of the terror. In addition, the Russians mostly fire at night. In the period from May 1 to May 31, 2023, the Russian military attacked the capital of Ukraine 17 times, that is, every other day and even twice a day. Therefore, from May 1 to May 29, 2023, during 16 attacks on Kyiv, about 91 cruise and 7 aeroballistic missiles and more than 240 Shaheds were destroyed. Kamikaze drones of the Shahed type about 240, aeroballistic missiles 7 times, cruise missiles about 86, caliber cruise missile about 5 times. It is known from open sources that one kinzhal is worth about $10 million for Russia. Therefore, the 7 kinzhals that Russia released on Kyiv in May cost the Kremlin $70 million. The cost of manufacturing one caliber missile for Russia's own use is about $1 million. Therefore, it can be assumed that the Kremlin spent at least $5 million on caliber strikes on the capital of Ukraine. Thank you for watching and see you on Monday.